How's it going today? My name is David Bertolasi, and I'm going to be doing my 5 themes of geography presentation on Yellowstone National Park. A little bit of background on Yellowstone National Park. It's where I went on summer vacation when I was 9 years old, and I've been to a lot of other national parks in the US, but this is still my favorite one by far. The first theme I'll be discussing is location, and I'm going to talk about the absolute location and the relative location. So the absolute location of Yellowstone, to be precise, is 44.429764, negative 110.584663. The relative location of Yellowstone is shown in these two maps. From Rockford, Illinois to Yellowstone, it's an 18-hour and 29-minute drive time, but from Seattle to Yellowstone, it's only an 11-hour and 7-minute drive time. So it's a little bit closer to the West Coast than it is to Rockford. Part 2 of relative location. This map shows the travel time between Yellowstone and other national parks on the west side of the US. From Yellowstone to Grand Teton, it's 2 hours and 46 minutes. However, this time is a little bit longer than normal because the main route between Yellowstone and Grand Teton is actually closed for the season. And then the times increase when you drive to Glacier in Montana, Rocky Mountain in Colorado, and Grand Canyon, Arizona. Next, I'll be discussing theme 2, which is region. And we'll be talking about the weather and climate, the geyser concentration, and the greater Yellowstone ecosystem. For the weather and climate, the mean yearly temperature at Yellowstone is 36.4 degrees Fahrenheit, and the mean yearly precipitation is 26.7 inches. Yellowstone's climate is a humid continental DFB climate according to the Köppen classification, which is represented by the purples and pinks you can see on the map. And these climates are characterized by year-round precipitation, warm summers, and cold winters that can feature heavy snow. The geyser concentration at Yellowstone. Yellowstone contains over half of all the world's geysers. It contains a lot more than anywhere else, including the Kamchatka Peninsula in Russia, which is the second most. There are also hot springs, mud pots, and fumaroles at Yellowstone in addition to the geysers. The Yellowstone exists within what's called the greater Yellowstone ecosystem. This is one of the most intact temperate ecosystems on Earth, and it includes large mammals such as elk, bison, and grizzly bears, and there's also bighorn sheep and wolves additionally. Theme 3 is going to be the human-Earth relationship. I'm going to be talking about the geyser viewing, natural resources, and recreation. So one of the main reasons that people like to travel to Yellowstone is to see the geysers erupt. And in particular, people like to go to Old Faithful because of its predictable interval. Old Faithful is so named because it erupts about every 60 to 90 minutes, and because of that, there's actually stadium-like seating that you can go to watch it erupt. A lot of other people there. The natural resources at Yellowstone are actually off limits for commercial use because doing so would disrupt the natural features. Other recreational opportunities at Yellowstone include hiking, horseback riding, photography, camping, skiing, snowmobiling, and boating/fishing. Theme 4 is going to be movement. I'm going to be talking about major types of transportation, the Roosevelt Arch, and the boardwalks in Yellowstone. But most people travel to Yellowstone National Park by either plane or car, and they'll stay in cities like Bozeman or West Yellowstone in Montana, or Cody or Jackson in Wyoming. Once they get to these cities, they typically travel into the park using either car or the shuttle service. If you drive through the north entrance of Yellowstone, which is one of 5 entrances to Yellowstone, you'll pass under the Roosevelt Arch, which contains the iconic inscription, "For the benefit and enjoyment of the people." This is considered to be a slogan of the national park idea in general. Once you're in Yellowstone, you'll notice that a lot of the geyser basins have boardwalks that lead between the hydrothermal features. These are designed so that you're protected from the scalding hot ground in the geyser basins, and also so you don't damage the geyser basins themselves. Theme 5 is going to be place. So I'll be discussing the Guinness World Records that belong to Yellowstone, the nickname Wonderland, and the Yellowstone caldera. This is a list of Guinness World Records that Yellowstone holds. It's the oldest national park in the world. It has the largest concentration of geysers. It has the tallest geyser in the world. It has the largest hydrothermal explosion crater, and it also has the largest canid and the fastest land animal over long distances. Yellowstone received the nickname Wonderland all the way back in 1871, and it inspired an 1885 brochure featuring literary character Alice and her adventures in the New Wonderland, which shows that people have been awe-inspired by Yellowstone for a long time. Another thing I'd like to touch on is the Yellowstone caldera. It's the subject of a lot of theories because a lot of people think it's going to have another super eruption soon due to its past history and patterns. However, scientists believe that it's exceedingly unlikely that it's actually going to erupt anytime soon. However, this map shows that the ash beds and the range of them that have been produced by past eruptions. So if another super eruption were to occur, it would be pretty catastrophic, and it would have effects on the climate greater than that of Mount Pinatubo in 1991. Overall, I believe that Yellowstone is one of the most unique and awe-inspiring natural landmarks in the world. From its otherworldly geysers to its beautiful scenery and wildlife, there's truly nothing else like it. And this ends my presentation.